Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff, also joined by my cat. Um, Today, I'm reviewing the song Meet Me at the Creek by Billy Strings. As always, this song comes to you as a request from one of my viewers. So if you want to be that person to request something, just leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to add it to my list. And now I'm alone. No more cat. All right. So I've heard a handful of songs by Billy Strings at this point, and I gotta say, I've really enjoyed what I've heard. I think one of the first ones I did was Turmoil and Tinfoil. I love that song. That song has been on my most played songs for I think 2 years in a row now, as well as Home from him also is one of my favorites. Dust in a Baggie, Taking Water. I think those are all the songs I've heard from him actually, but I've loved every single song I've encountered from him. So I have a good feeling I'm gonna love this one just as much. I just really love that bluegrass style. I don't think I've ever really listened to bluegrass before you guys introduced me to Billy Strings. So I'm really excited to get back to this one. Like I said, really enjoyed what I've heard from him so far, and I say we jump right in. So the request specifically was to do a live performance. There were 2 live performances when I just kind of typed in the name of the song, but this one definitely had the most views, and so I'm like, all right, it had 3.5 million views compared to 75,000 for the other one. So definitely wanted to check this one out. Let's do it. Here we go. Billy Strings, Meet Me at the Creek.
Thinking about the days I've left behind, all the years I rode, not a nickel can I show, and the river hills tease my way to mine. Well, the river runs all night, oh, the river runs all day. I can't run no more 'cause I'm here to stay. I've had a life of trouble and I've lived a life of pain. I sit back and let that water cool my brain. I'm letting go of all my trouble. I'll be right here to stay. Well, the water keeps turning while my poor heart is burning. Muddy water, take my pain away. Crashing to the ground. Meet me at the creek, grab a beer and tap your feet. See that muddy water flowing down. I'm letting go of all my trouble. I think I'll be right here to stay. Well, the water keeps turning while my poor heart is burning. Muddy water, take my pain away.
Kids are having a good time.
water, take my pain away. Muddy water, take my pain away.
Wow. That was pretty good. I remain impressed by Billy Strings. And I got to say, one thing that I've always, I think, commented that I really like about him is that he kind of gives all of his bandmates time to shine. And I think I've mentioned that about a few different artists now. I think straight away what comes to mind is Porcupine Tree as well. I think does the same thing, as well as people like Sturgill Simpson. Kind of all over the place right now, but I just love that he gives every instrument a time to kind of come to the forefront and shine, right? So you saw that sort of like a violin solo, which I thought was really cool. The mandolin, I mean, like everybody, the banjo, everybody kind of got their time to shine, but of course the bulk of it is reserved for Billy on the guitar, which I think he does a fantastic job here. I will say that I think near the end I was getting sort of like, all right, let's move on. Like, you've really taken like 5 minutes to just instrumental, you know. I feel like, you know, he came back with the vocals. I wish he would have come back maybe like 30 seconds to a minute sooner. That would have really like kicked me up and got me back into it. It kind of just, to me, was maybe a little excessive instrumentally, but I still overall really enjoyed the song. So really excited to break it down. Let's start, of course, with the lyrics. So do want to read this about section first. It does say that this annotation is unreviewed, so let's take it with a grain of salt. I grew up right on the Maple River in Muir, Michigan. Sometimes when I was having a rough day, I would wander alone by the river and just let the sound of the flowing water calm me down. This comes from American Songwriter, so I'm guessing that was Billy Strings himself kind of saying that. I just want to take a quick look at the album. I think all I've heard off this particular album is Terminal and Tinfoil, and I guess now Meet Me at the Creek as well. I wonder if any of the other stuff is just as good. Again, Terminal and Tinfoil is still my favorite song from him. This did not take the number one spot, unfortunately, but man, I love that song. Anyway, looking at the lyrics here, it says, well, I'm standing all alone by the river of my home, thinking about the days I've left behind, all the years I rode, not a nickel can I show, and the river helps to ease my worried mind. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Just let's go walk down by the river when he's got a lot on his mind. Will that river run all night? Lord, the river runs all day. I can't run no more because I'm here to stay. I had an eye for trouble and I've lived a life of pain. I sit back and let that water heal my brain. I'm letting go of all my trouble. I think I'll be right here to stay. While the water keeps it churning, while my poor heart is burning. Muddy water, take my pain away. So I'm kind of curious. I wonder if he's just like, all right, you know, forget the responsibilities of the real world. Let me just like sit here by the river all day, every day. Or if it's more sinister than that, he's like, oh, you know what, let me just drown myself. That way my troubles go away. I'm kind of getting a little bit of that here, and maybe that's just me looking into it a little too cynically, but I wonder what the meaning is here. Well, one thing I want to know, Lord, is where we people go when everything comes crashing to the ground. Meet me at the creek, grab a beer and tap your feet, see that muddy water flowing down. So he's just like, yeah, you know, everybody I think has the place that they go, whether it be physically or mentally, when things are going rough. And he's just like, hey, you know, if you're having a hard time too, just come meet me by the creek. Let's just grab a beer and have fun. Letting go of all my trouble, I think I'll be right here to stay. While the water keeps churning, while my poor heart is burning, muddy water, take my pain away. While I'm standing all alone by the river of my home, thinking about the days I left behind, all the years I rode, not a nickel can I show, and the river helps to ease my worried mind. I'm letting go of all my trouble, I think I'll be right here to stay. While the water keeps it churning, while my poor heart is burning, muddy water, take my pain away, muddy water, take my pain away. You know, lyrically, I think it's pretty straightforward, like I said. I guess, again, if you want to be all cynical like me and want to look into it that way, I'm sure there's another meaning you can take from it, but I think it really is just him having that place, right, where he goes to sort of ease his mind and forget about the real world for a moment. So you know, I think it's as far as that goes, I mean, it's pretty good. It's a good song lyrically. You know, I give it 2 thumbs up. Why not? I think it was pretty straightforward, but I just liked it. You know, I think it went really well with the performance. It was good. Speaking of the performance, I think I'll start vocally. Vocally, I really like his voice. You know, I gotta say, he's got the perfect voice for this sort of bluegrass music. and it really hooks me in. And again, this is sort of why I was like, maybe the instrumental went on a little bit too long, because I do want to hear his voice. I really do like his singing voice, and I wish he would have brought it back just a little bit sooner in this performance. I'll have to check out the album version and kind of see if that I think has a little bit better balance. But overall, instrumentally, I thought it was very solid. I mean, this is definitely not a bad song. Like I said, I really enjoy that he really gives every instrument time to shine. Everybody sort of gets their time in the spotlight. And it's just a really fun song. Again, if I have one complaint, it's just that instrumental, I think, went on a little bit too long. I would have loved for him to come back in with the vocals and then maybe end the song on a bit of an instrumental as well. But really, I think just splitting up that instrumental, I think would have had a bigger impact. Still, it was really fun to see him. It's so easy to just kind of bob your head because he's on there, he's on stage having fun, he's bobbing his head, everyone else is jamming out. I mean, this is a really fun one to listen to. And I gotta say, the crowd here was better than the last Billy Strings live performance I saw, except for this one lady. I don't know if I can pinpoint her, but there was this one lady who I was just like, this lady is not having a good time, and it made me laugh a couple times because again, you can see like people were enjoying it, I was enjoying it, but I look at this lady, I'm like, what is her problem? It's funny when they every time they shoot to the crowd. Just saw her, there she is. Look, this lady right here, she's just like sitting there like, I'm not having a great time. Maybe bluegrass music's not for her, but I can't zoom in on her. But this one right here in the black shirt, black blouse, I mean, look. That moment right there cracked me up where I guess her husband or brother, whoever that is just like looking at her like, hey, like, it's pretty good, right? And she's just kind of like, I don't. She looks at him like, oh, I guess he's enjoying it. And then she looks to the left and sees like, oh, I guess they're enjoying it too. So, yeah, I guess. And just like every time they show her, I was just like, what is this lady's problem? I don't know. But like I said, the crowd was much better because at least they cheered. I think one live performance I saw from Billy, the crowd was like just a bunch of old people. And I mean, honestly, this one is a lot of old people too, but they were just sitting there just not enjoying it. And again, every time I look over, I notice this one lady, like everybody else is like, oh, pretty good, they're having a good time. I look at her and she's just like, oh, I don't know about all that. So I just thought that was funny. Hopefully she doesn't watch my channel. It's like, hopefully she doesn't watch my channel. There's no way that lady watches my channel. Anyway, yeah, good song. Sorry to go on a tangent there, but instrumentally, vocally, that was a lot of fun. I give it 2 big thumbs up. Again, I just hope that the album version maybe cuts that vocal instrumental part just a little bit more. But overall, a good time with this one. As far as replay value goes, I mean, I want this one on my playlist. This was a fun song. It's a little bit on the longer side, 9.5 minutes there. But really, just as much as I love Turmoil and Tinfoil, I'm really willing to give this one a shot and put it on the playlist and really jam out to it. So I'm really excited for that. I'll give it 2 thumbs up for replay value as well. I think I'm just a big fan of Billy Strings, so take that as you will. Anyway, thank you so much for the request. As always, if you want to request something, leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to add it to my list. If you enjoyed the music as much as I did, of course, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. And of course, if you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. You can also check the description if you want to follow me on Twitter, TikTok, or Twitch. You can see a lot more stuff from me there. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.